All right, so hello everyone, and welcome to our Innovatology episode. This one is about unlocking digital world for everyone, and we will be really curious about another perspective because Innovatology is one-stop shop to the latest tech and innovation, and we have a vision that we don't leave anybody behind in the digital world. So this conversation will be really crucial about how we can actually make digital world accessible to everyone. How can we get on the board people who are maybe a bit skeptical about the new innovations and technology? And we will be discussing this today with amazing Alisa. So Alisa, can you please introduce yourself to our audience?
Hi guys, I'm glad I can be here with you today. Thank you, Maria, so much for invitation. I've been looking forward to our conversation, like since few months when we have met and started talk about our common goals, basically. And like in the minutes we clicked, and like, wow, we have the same vision. We want to create a digital world for everyone, not only for the tech IT people. So I'm glad we are on the same way together. And this year I have created like the project of mine with a heart full of hopes to get more women in the digital and IT world. We call ourselves DIGIFEMME, so we are digital women, and we are trying to embrace and unlock digital confidence in all women around us. But for sure, we are not only women uh,
In the
like
house?
community. Everyone are welcome here. But the thing is that we, as a women, are more struggling to getting into tech. We are afraid. A lot of us have an imposter syndrome, which is also a big topic. And that's why we have created DigiFarm. We want to help women to overcome this imposter syndrome and be more confident that they can do it, because with the technology nowadays, with the no code low code, which we are focusing on, you can be your own IT guy. So you don't need to, I don't know, wait several months to someone to build you an app or create a website which is appealing and great and won't cost you millions or like thousands of uh, crowns, dollars, or whatever. You can just use the no-code tools for all of it, and it's have a like more easier learning curve, but you still have to have some like analytical thinking, and we are help for the ones who want to
Wonderful.
join us on this road.
This is an own website because for example, my business personally started by creating my own website, and it's just like one step where I just let go all of my creation and I started to create marieolivier.com. And I was struggling for a really long time that what was, for example, for my brother really natural to, for example, like search for something inside the website builder, for me was a really big struggle. And I really think until today, even though I'm in IT field, that really it's because the website builders were built by men for men. And this is why the women cannot get naturally the logic behind, because it was not created by women. So can you tell us more about how do you support women in the digital space? How do you help them in getting on the board?
I guess like it's all starts with examples and with inspiration. Like first thing first, you have to tell them you can do this, right? It's all about the mindset, and naturally we are more afraid of trying new things out. We are more like in technical word conservative side, and like, no, I'm not good with technology, no, I can do that. So it's always start like here. You have to encourage them like, hey, you're using Instagram, you are using like already, for example, like ChatGPT, Gmail. You have started with it like few years ago and you mastered it, right? You're using it, so there is no big difference. It's just another tool, and it's not a school anymore, so you don't have to be afraid that you are doing something wrong. Don't be afraid to do and screw it up on the first place. Yeah, it have a learning curve. We're not at school, there's no one who can tell you, no, like you're a bad girl, you will have like a minus, like because you screwed something up. No, you have to find joy in it and be playful and be curious. So this is like the first
Mm.
step, what we want to show women. Hey, we all make mistakes. We have started also like few years ago. I'm not in tech. Like from the beginning, I was switching my career. Like after 30, on 32, I have decided to go into IT because I just liked it. I like the that you can teach like everything, you can teach from the start, or you have to be curious because technology is always evolving and you have to stay on site. And this is, I think this is what make our brains also younger. When you learn new things, it's like building a muscle, right? But you have to start, and I have started slowly. I did myself like a morning ritual that I have 10 minutes in the subway when I go to work, that I will open an application, which was when you can study JavaScript or SQL, like something that it's, when the field you want to go in. And with these small steps, just try with the small steps. Yeah, try this tool, and you will see, okay, I have tried this, I have tried this. Be in the game with it. And then naturally evolve. It's okay for also for us women to take it slowly. So you not overdo it from the first place and then like go, no, screw it, I don't want to do this anymore, and be patient with yourself. So this
Mm.
is the message behind that we want to show the girls in our community, that go your own way with your own pace, but try it. Be playful, try it. And then
And also
maybe like
go
years
outside of your
later, you will
comfort
be a
zone.
promoter. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I like to tell like this thing about the comfort zone. You have to not go outside the comfort zone, but you have like to widen it. For me,
Mm.
like when you're going out, it's like, oh no, I have to, I don't know, like more negative for me, like in the other. But when you see, okay, I want to have wider comfort zone. I want to be
Mm.
comfortable in the new things. It's not I have to like overcome something. No, I
Yeah,
want to
like
be comfortable like in more, way to feel more freedom. If I want to do this myself, I want to have a freedom to do it myself, and not to, I don't know, search for IT guy or girl. It doesn't matter who will do it for me. You still can, right? It's not about, it's nothing wrong with that. But nowadays, you don't have to. So if you have a little bit like analytical skills, and I think the first is passion and curiosity, you can do it yourself. And I'm
yes.
like do it yourself girl from from my heart. So
Yeah, it's a really nice elaboration, especially with the mindset that I am also not coming purely from the IT. It was always my dream to work in IT since my 15 years old, but I actually came back after I finished all of my education, which was like outside of IT. And I'm usually going into the IT field when I really want to relax. because 1 plus 1 equals 2, and that's it. Like it's a really logical process, and I'm really enjoying it with like having a blend between like creativity and the technology and innovation, because in creativity you need constantly like get out of your brain, you need to like really go into the imagination, visualization, whereas in technology it's really logical, and 1 plus 1 equals 2, and I'm like super frustrated or super I love it because 1 plus 1 equals 2. So like I really like it that it's like either or that, it's never in between as for the creative field. So it's really interesting that really like it's a lot working with the mindset, and I even have it now. I don't know what about you, but for me, like when I need to learn or I want to learn a new software, I usually start to like have a bit of anxiety, like, oh my God, it will take long. Like, it's a new software. I don't know how it works. I don't want to complete all of these like onboarding webinars that they sent me. It will take ages. But I have it always like this. And then I'm like just talking to myself and I'm like, this is just the normal stage, and just accept it that you need to learn it. Just you don't need to learn it, you just need to use it. It's like riding a bike. You just need to sit on the bike and ride it, and yeah, you will fall down, so then you go sleep, you try and again tomorrow, and you just continue until you are totally used to drive that new innovation. So I don't know, do you sometimes have also like up and downs when it doesn't work for you at all, and how do you deal with that?
All the time, girl, all the time. You know, like mastering some new tool or just like this interface is the more pain. Like once you start and dive into it, like last week, I started to work more with the make, uh, and it was like, okay, I have to do it, I have to do it. But when I have first, what is helping to have something you really need to do. So I had the challenge to overcome, or like the practical example that I really need to do something, and example, you know, to have a notification from my Google Sheet. And I have searched all the internet how to do it, like in the Google Workspace. And when I ended up like, okay, this is not working, I have to do it with Make, and like, okay, I want to do it really for a really long time, and now I have the goal. So just I went like, okay, let's dive in, and I have dived in, and like I spent 8 hours with it, and it was working, not working, like different scenarios, but in the end, I have a functional scenario that I can use, and I can go and show it to the one of clients on our project that we are working together on with Czechia Digital, and show it to the our non-government, how can I say it, to the company which we are helping.
Non-governmental organization.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Also,
yes.
that, just to give disclaimer to our audience, it's like a digital Czechia. So it's actually a project, which is, I think that they are explaining that they are like a course where all of the non-governmental organizations from the Czech Republic can apply. And then they are working with the mentors, with the tech expert, and with the different people inside digital Czechia, because they have a vision that through this structure, they can actually put the digitalization of the Czech Republic on another level, because you're actually digitizing non-governmental organizations, which are usually for the societal change. So I'm there a mentor for the Prague Pride, and we do really cool stuff and lots of things. I don't know who you have there, Alisa, with whom you work.
I'm in the role of technical expert, and we have I have two organizations. One is for helping Ukrainian people in the Moravia region, and second one is for helping of child adoption parenting, something like around this
Nice.
topic. And I was really glad that like both of the organization have a such like great approach toward it. You know, that they're really passionate about it. They know they have struggles and they want to change it. And it's really encouraging, inspiring. And for me, it was exactly this like great like kick to go and explore something new so I can help them. So I think also
Mm.
for us as a woman who are like more supportive in our nature and want to help others, this could be a good example and like good inner goal. You know, I want to know how to do it because of that I can help some other people. So this was
Mm.
like my latest I don't know, like kick in to the new technology.
Nice.
That it's not also like just for myself, but for greatest good, let's say.
Nice. I really like that you like it, that you are also learning alongside, because it's also different structure working with non-governmental organizations. It's different than we, for example, do, etc. And you at the beginning spoke a bit about your project, DigiFem, so DigiWomen, etc. So can you tell us more about how did you came up with this idea that you want to start with this project, and how did you come up with it?
It was almost exactly a year ago, and I was working as a no-code developer and implementer for the ServiceNow with the ServiceNow technology for year and a half for the big Netherlands corporate company. And uh, after like year and something, I felt that I'm missing something. And also it was like right after I had surgery, so I was at home, like laying down and like thinking, was thinking about my life. So I had a plenty of time, and I was thinking, hey, how I did get there? I'm like in my bed after surgery. I know that I almost burned out on my way to IT, and I have to change something. And what led me to this was that uh, IT, as you said, is not built for women, and it have a really not the best pace for us to like be in our more feminine way, let's say. And when you are not from the beginning the technical brain, and you have to reteach yourself how to think about things differently, it take a lot of energy from you. And just like my body was not built for that. And this is like was a learning curve for me and my personal experience. But it's in the same way it was this trigger point when like I said, why do we like have this environment? Shouldn't we like change it a little bit so it's like suitable for both for women and men to be in it? Because I see a lot of people struggling, but not only women but also men is not in the best shape in this field. You know, they're not in best condition either physically or mentally. They're also like working for 16 hours a day, and this is for sure not sustainable for anyone. And
Mm.
this was for me like, okay, I want to build something which is more suitable for us women, that we have our time and our pace to learn new things. We need another kinds of support through our way to the new path of technology. And guys just don't know how to do it. It's not their fault. It's no one's fault. But they are built in another way. They think another way, and we have to reteach ourselves, let's say, how to do it like for other people, you know. So for me it was like personal goal. Okay, let's build some new community, what we can be ourselves, women, go on our pace, encourage, support ourselves, and show also the other guys, girls, that we can do it a little bit another way. And also that there is something like code, no code, low code. And this is the perfect place for girls, women to start their journey to IT, because you don't have to have like the pro coding skills in the beginning. So you can try it, you can see if you like it or not, if it's suitable for you or not, and then decide if you want to dive in deeper or you're okay just with that. Because this was
Mhm.
something that I was missing when I have started my career switch to IT. There was either tester or project manager or developer. So, and I end up that I didn't like the tester profession. It was too much repetitive and was not like that's exciting. But like with the developing, it's again, it was like too scary for me on the beginning. So I think this is the path for a lot of great minds of a woman with the analytical, just analytical thinking.
Mhm. I really like their elaboration about like that indeed like IT was not built for women and that they are trying to support women to land in the digital. When I'm seeing like how the IT have developed over the years, because for me IT was really in a traditional way when, for example, I was like 15 years old. It was really male dominated field, men who were like in the darkness just like coding on their computer, like sitting for 16 hours. And since then, IT have developed really a lot because right now we also speak about well-being and even the IT field have really expanded that it seems to me that everything is IT to some extent
Yes.
that we are like digitizing ourselves on social media. We have like agriculture where we are like supporting with technology, the agriculture, we have edtech, we have a cryptocurrency. So where do you actually think that the IT starts and where it ends? Isn't it actually like the new normal that we are living in currently?
Exactly. Yeah, it is. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And this was also one of the like logic behind the DigiFarm, that every business now needs to master some technology. Everyone. You cannot just like be without it. So you have to change your attitude, like not
Mm,
to be against it, but okay, this is exactly new normal and you have to master it to stay on board. Yeah,
mm,
so you can compete with other ones and work faster and more effective, more efficient. And it also helps a lot of like opening a lot of new doors with the new job roles, job positions. Like like a few years ago I couldn't like imagine that there's something like citizen developers, or uh, that company needs power user of some program, or I think like every company should have now like someone like digital officer who will go with the on the like pace of technologies and be aware what company is using and if it's compliant, if it's used on the 100% when you pay for some app, and not introduce new digital tool when you have another which are doing exactly the same thing. Wasting your time and money and onboarding of the employees, which is one of more pain points with the within the companies adoption of the new tools. So I think this is one of like the new roles which will be needed, like
Mm.
globally.
And when you're looking at so many tools and the softwares being deployed on daily basis, what would you recommend to our audience who is currently watching us to keep up with the pace of digital space? So, like, how can I keep up with everything what is going on to not get overwhelmed or burn out at the same time?
Um, I do always recommend to start with what you need, what you really need to do your daily job on. When you know your
Mm,
processes, then you can start explore things because you will have a plan. And I also recommend to do like internal check-in, what tools you already have, you're paying for or you are using, and if you're
mm,
using it on the right way and with all functionalities it have. Because I see a lot of times that someone is trying to searching some for new tool and didn't even think about that he's already have it. You know, you're already using something what have built in this functionality, but you just don't know because you didn't take time to go to search or like explore the tool you already have. So this is like my
mm,
first attempt, like go and do internal check-in on tools you have, on processes you have, and who are using it. Like
mm,
for me, like every project is from three perspectives. You have tools, you have processes, and you have people. So first you have to check those three pillars. You stay like it's like a stool. You have to like your project to stay in place and be stable. Those are the three things we are starting with.
mm.
And then
I really like it
when it's
because I was also in challenge recently with that I actually bought a software specifically for a specific thing, and it was quite expensive, and it was about, like, for example, scheduling on social media. But then, like, I needed CRM, so then I bought a software for the CRM, and then I realized that inside that CRM there is also scheduling system. And therefore, like, that scheduling system, which was quite expensive, is totally redundant for me that I paid. And I ended up with two scheduling system right now. But based on, like, my education curve, I could not avoid it because at that time I just looked into the solution for the scheduling tool and I didn't look for the CRM. And now I was looking for CRM, and inside the CRM there was scheduling tool, and I was like, yeah, but there is no possibility for me to skip that step because it's just like the evolution of my business and like how I proceed stuff. So it's yeah, I found it a bit pity at the end and quite
also
expensive
normal.
mistake.
Yeah, it's also normal, and this is part of it. You are going to make mistakes, and you have to be okay with it. This is part
Yes.
of the learning new things. So it's called experience. Always, it's not a fault, it's experience, new experience. And when you overcome that fear, it's like, okay, I just pay for it, but right now I know. But in this case, it's good to have someone sometimes external which you can talk to, and maybe you can avoid it because he went through the same way, right? So he already went through the same path as you did, and maybe he can then or she can tell you like, and did you think about, okay, if you want to expand, let's say, will you need connection to other tools you already have? So maybe we should
Mm,
look if they have both functions, not only this or that, and then you maybe can avoid it. Like when you just talk with people. That's at least what I do when I'm trying to solve some problem. I do talk with a lot of people from the field, collect their feedback and their experiences and trying to learn on their mistakes. So I can possibly avoid mine, but it's also normal to, you will have your own always.
Yeah. It's actually that I got that social media scheduling tool, I got recommended. So it was not that I would like necessarily need it. It was just recommended to me that it can like save a lots of time for me. I was like, wow, yes, I need it. But it was like exactly what you said, like you should find out what you need yourself for your business in order to look for the best tool. So I knew that I need right now the scheduling tool to facilitate my life. And then the second priority was CRM. I was like, okay, I don't need a CRM tool now, maybe in the future. But if I would actually like look at the bigger picture of what are the different needs, I could then like connect these and like, all right, there is a tool which gives me both CRM as well as the scheduling. But yeah, this is maybe for you guys who are listening to us. Learn from people's mistake. If you want to invest in the social media scheduling tool, really look into other options that have maybe some other integrations, not just the scheduling tool.
Yep, yep. Think about more in more
And
complex way, because integrations are the most expensive thing you have on the IT. If you don't do it like via no code tools like Make, this is like the great thing that can connect almost every tool. But I would also recommend, if you can, stay in one ecosystem. You know, if you use Google, use the most tools from Google. If you have
mm,
Microsoft, then use the most tool on the Microsoft, because they already have connections between each
mm,
other, and you don't have to think about it and spend so much time and money on connecting something you're using, because it's already
mm,
connected. Yeah, same for Apple. Like they also have like all these calendars, Gmails, cloud storages. Even each of them have their no code apps already built in, so you can make your own application within this ecosystem. So, or CRM and planners, they already have a lot of it. So explore that you have the first. When I would recommend also use some free tools, like at least for they are offering the free trials or freemium programs. So try the free ones, then only after using it and see if it suits you, then invest in buying something.
usually when there is the free trial, I always get tricked because I want to use as many features as possible, and then that exact feature that I need is then like a leading you, but you need to upgrade, you need to get out from the free trial if you want to use this exact feature that you need, because we know that you need it. So I always get tricked on the free trial, and then it becomes yes, the most expensive stuff in the online business nowadays is technology, like the softwares, the subscriptions, etc. It's really never ending stuff for online business.
Yeah, yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
it would be nice to do, some like a tool like calculator, or like some tool that would exactly like for you as an online business, that would tell you what in the ecosystem is out there, and how you can, for example, what are the advantages and disadvantages for using Google. With Google, you can like connect it to this. There are these features available, these are not available, and then the pricings, like to connect it, then like to compare it with Microsoft, for example. What is
Mhm,
the
mhm,
difference
mhm.
between the paths that you are using?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I actually, this is also like part of my jobs for my clients, for the companies, to go and compare, like find and compare the solutions before we are implementing it. So
Mm.
when I sit with the like owners or managers, I'm talking with them about their processes, about what they are using, which are their main business flows, and what they need to think of. And because like in every company there are things like HR, CRM, like operation works with the calendars, mails, and things like that, right? If you have like the space, you have facility, so you have to like be aware how many, I don't know, chairs you have in the office and things like that, or have like cards with access to office. And after collecting all this information and of marketing, of course, and like accounting, and then we are trying to find like the best possible solution which will not cost the uh, thousands of dollars per month, and think also about the growth of the company, because a lot of application have a cost per person, and since you grow you will have to pay more and more.
Yes.
Yes, so and then only after like this step, when we go through this and see what they already have, what they are already using, and if we can they can use it more, then we just like as you said, try to go, okay, we are paying this much for this much for this much for this, it have this functionalities, okay, we need extra this or extra this. We already have it somewhere, or we have to find a new tool? Then I will go and search the best possible tool based on the information I have about the company. So this is like
Mm.
part of my job to save the money and time of companies to and use that they have to the maximum. Yeah, so they're already paying for it, right? So they should use it.
Do you also
That's
do it for small and medium companies, for startups, or you focus mainly on the big corporations?
No, basically it's the opposite right now. After working with the corporate world, I have switched to small and medium companies because I think they're the ones who need the most support. Like big corporates already should have like their CFOs who are taking care of that, and the ones who are struggling right now are the small business owners and medium companies. So this is like my field for now, and also I would like to support more women businesses, so they're struggling with it the most.
Nice. So, guys, if you're struggling with finding your tech processes and the tools, what you need, and you are just ending up with a lot of bills, then just call Alisa and she will be revamping and making your technical audit of what you need to do so you can save a lot of time and a lot of money because it's a really exhausting journey. It's not impossible. I don't say that it's not if you also embark on do it yourself, but
Yeah,
it really costs money,
it does.
which
Yeah.
is also depend in time, like to figuring out yourself what the software is actually capable of, if it has the function that you need, and then actually realizing that it's not what you want. It's just never ending magical cycle of the struggles here in the digital space. So can you tell me also more about how people can interact with DigiFem? So now when for example there is somebody like watching us, how they can join you, or like what do you have for the people to offer, how they can search you or like get in contact with you, etc.
So easiest step is follow us on social media, on Instagram, LinkedIn. We are sharing new tips, tricks from the digital world very often. We are encouraging people around us to be playful and try new things and search the market for the new coolest tools. And we are also doing the regular webinars on different tools with the, again, no code, low code. So everyone can just hop in and try it for themselves. And we are talking in the normal people language, not the and too complicated. We are focusing, or like people like you and me who just started a few years ago and want to go dive deeper, and encourage them to start learning new things and master it. And also we have a website. So, but right now we are located in Czech Republic. So most of our clients are Czech based, but I'm also working with the foreign companies. One of my clients is also worldwide company for like travel, uh, also travel software for the other big companies, and we are like doing the IT documentation with them and preparing for some ISO certifications, and also cleaning up the digital mess which they have over 10 years of existence. And it will be still like a journey. Yeah, but we are in the good way. And as I see, like the first thing first is to do an audit of the what you already have and use it to the maximum. So we are on the right track.
Nice. And now I would like to embark on a bit motivational journey because you mentioned a lot about your clients that you are working in Czech Republic, that you work with companies, etc. And we got one question from the audience, and it's about how can companies and institutions actively promote inclusion for women in digital world beyond just hiring. So how actually big companies or even like startups, SMEs, how they can promote the inclusion of the women in the digital world and not just hire them, because we know that there is like gender parity, that a lot of companies they try to do like 50% men and 50% women,
Mhm.
but then they don't really actively engage them in the work. So how can we more advice, for example, to the companies what they can do more to promote inclusion?
I think that creating the environment and willing to change the way they have been working like before, and will really help. Uh, I think also things like internal conversations and kind of trainings, because I know it's not an easy topic. Even when we had like the company I used to work in before, they have like cultural training because there was people from all over the world, and they have a different approach to processes, to hierarchy of the positions. And I think this is kind of the same. If they will are willing to spend time on it, like when you don't have to work, but okay, sit in one room and discuss it, and trying to find out the way they can improve it together, like having a conversation, it really helps, it really starts. So maybe even um, posting on social media, like asking questions. Hey guys, what would be like your ideal environment is looking for you? What's your
Mm,
want to work in, in case of atmosphere and the processes? What can help you to be part of our company and be effective, productive, but also satisfied and happy? So I think this is like can be the tool asking. Just ask.
mm.
Ask your
Yes.
audience. Ask the people you want to work with. What do they want?
I really love it, especially the feedback. Sometimes I really struggle with, let's say that you are even asking proactively for something, like, for example, that I am the employee of some company and I'm like asking in the company that I need this because this would actually facilitate faster dealing with that exact work. And I think that currently we are also facing a lot that how to translate it to the business that this is really good return of investment. Because like
Mm-hmm.
if you especially are an owner of the big corporation, like everybody is sometime like asking for something, and you just cannot like make all of the people's dreams comes true. But it's sometimes also to speak your audience language, so like what the people on the other side want to hear. So, like for example, if me in IT needs some new feature which will actually facilitate my time, I will have bigger visibility over my processes, etc. It's always better to speak the language of the person who needs to give approval. For example, translate it to the money direction, that this will save your time and therefore you can work on other tasks. And this can also help to also translate the other people's language, because not a lot of times business not necessarily speak IT language, and IT not necessarily speak business language. And I think that you are also totally familiar with this topic, I guess.
Yes, yes. Basically, last few years, I'm doing exactly that. I also have in my LinkedIn that I'm connecting IT and business because I do speak now like both languages. So I can be like this mediator between them, and also like it's saying like business IT or women and men, because I also work with a lot of men like in my community, and I serve as a translator for them. That's like, okay, she's not because you didn't do this, but because she need that and that and that for you. She just needed support, but you didn't, like, or they're you're talking about the same thing but in different terms. So don't like be in a hostel. You're on the same board, you're going same direction. Yeah. Mediator. So I think it's as you said, it's really good to find the people who have this skill, that they do understand both sides, and then they can figure out the best solution. Yeah. And avoid conflicts or misunderstandings, because most of the things is misunderstanding. No one wants to hurt anyone. It's just that
Mm.
they don't, I don't know, speak the same language, even it's the same language, So yeah, it's really a great point, Maria. Yeah.
Nice. And
So
you also spoke about that you were not necessarily IT from the beginning. So, my last question will be about the advice to the women who are, for example, hesitant about stepping into the digital world, especially if she, for example, feels underqualified or out of the place in the digital. I hear a lot, for example, from the people with whom I am speaking, for example, about AI. Everybody knows that is out there, but we have a two camps. One camp is like totally on the board, like really like, oh my god, my life changed since I started to use AI. My life is super efficient because it's my personal assistant. And the second camp is about rather being hesitant, like, I know that it's out there. Maybe I asked AI in the past, how are you? But I'm not really using it on the daily basis. So what would you advise to a woman who is hesitant about stepping into the digital world or other technologies that are out there?
I think most important is find yourself a buddy who will be guide for you on the beginning, who you trust, who you know who have patience with you, and that he's speaking the same language, and so you're not going to end up with asking question and feeling guilty about asking question. I also know this kind of situations, again, because sometimes our friends are not naturally born teachers. So find yourself a buddy or like coach or mentor who can step by step guide you on this world, who can show you real life examples of how do they use it in their daily work, and maybe try to figure out together with him Okay, which tasks are repetitive for you and you would like to automate or think about it differently? And let's try it together. And I think this is the, for me personally, it was this that helped me a lot. Having people around me who I can ask, and they will answer without judgment, without don't like looking at me like I'm dumb or why do I don't use it or understand it. Just like, yeah, okay, sure, I will show you how I use it. So find yourself a buddy like that. And also the second step for me was having a whole community of like-minded people. Yeah, if you will find yourself a community who have same struggles but want to change it, want to learn new things, it will help you a lot. It's all about the people who are around you. So support yourself with other people. Surround yourself with other people who are passionate about it and want to share their knowledge. So this would be like my, I guess, one and the best advice. Yeah.
Wow, I really love it. And this is also why we are here together with DigiFemme, the founder of DigiFemme, Alisa. And also, like what we also do in Innovatology is not leaving anybody behind. So you can definitely find a mentor among us here in this space. You can ask us any question, guys, on LinkedIn or Instagram. We are quite active on social media. So don't hesitate to go to one of our pages and search for help if you need, because even though we are both digital, we are coming from slightly different fields. So it really depends where you will feel more comfortable and where you will find what you are looking for. And thank you so much, Alisa, because today that's a wrap for today's episode of Create the Future Now. And I hope that you enjoyed the conversation and gain some valuable insights into how the women are using the digital space or how to deal with digital transformation, not only of your company, but also of your life, because we didn't cover only the professional matter, but also the personal. And as always, we are here to help you navigate the evolving digital landscape and create an impactful future with technology. If you loved today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave us a review, and share it with others who are also excited about innovation. You can also follow Innovatology on social media for more updates, tips, and behind the scenes content. And thank you again to Alisa for joining us today and sharing your expertise. And thank you, to our listeners for tuning in. And until next time, stay curious. As we mentioned so many times, innovation and technology is about the curiosity, and stay innovative and keep building the future now. So thank you, and see you next time.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.